Hello students, today we are going to discuss a very important topic in any programming language without which a programming cannot be possible, you can say that, and it is termed as control structures. This chapter is very important if you want to know programming. Once you go through various control structures in a language, then you can say half of the knowledge of any programming language, or you can say you can develop any of the program by just knowing the control structures. So what are control structures? They basically control the flow of a program, whether a particular block of code or a particular statement should execute or not. This is decided by these control structures. So basically, there are three kinds of control structures, which are if else, if statements. Okay. The next one are while, for, and infinite loop. These are basically looping statements. And the third one are break, continue, and pass statements. The first one is categorized into decision-making statements. They are called decision-making statements. The second set of control structures are called looping statements. And the third one are jumping statements. So basically, control structures are divided into three categories. The first one is decision-making statements, second one, looping statements, and the third one is jumping statement. So during this tutorial or during this lecture, we'll study all these three kinds of control structures in detail. So let's move ahead. First of all, we'll learn what are decision-making statements. If statement, if else statement, if else statement, and the last one is nested if. If statement is basically condition-based statement. It contains an expression, and if the expression evaluates to true, then the following block gets executed, otherwise it does not get executed. And in if else statement, if condition is true, then if block will be executed, otherwise else block will be executed. And if we have multiple statements and we have to choose from them only one option to execute, then we can use if else statements. And the last ones are nested if statements. When we use if inside another if, that thing is termed as nested if statement. This is merely a definition or simple one-line statement for each kind of decision-making statements. Now we'll discuss them through programming illustrations in detail. First of all, what is if statement? The syntax of if statement is, first of all, we'll write the keyword if, and then we'll write an expression or some test condition. Then we'll put a colon, which is important. And after that, in the next line, we'll mark indentation. It's a tab space, which is very important in Python. If you know about C or C++, we know that in C or C++, a block always starts with the braces. After if statement, we use braces like this, and we write all the statements inside it. But here in Python, there is no concept of braces. Rather, we use this indent space, and this is termed as indentation. This space is called indentation. And then we write the block of statements. One thing you should remember, that if test condition colon. This colon is very important. It is used to mark that some block is going to start after this statement. So this is journal syntax of if statement. Now we'll understand if statement through a programming illustration. First of all, you can see the flowchart, how if statement works. Test condition, if it evaluates to true, then body of if will execute. Otherwise, if it is false, then it will go out of the if block and if block will not be executed. the control will go this way. So let's see an example of if statement. We are going to determine whether a number is even. That can be checked by using if statement. First of all, we are taking input of a number. Number is equal to input, enter a number. We know that in Python, input is taken by using the input function. Number is equal to input, enter a number. Then we convert it into integer, because by default, any input that we take, it is termed as a string. But we need to convert it into integer in order to perform computation on it. So we have converted it into integer and assigned to itself again. And then if number mod 2 is equal to 0, we know that any number which is divisible by 2 is an even number. So remainder is used to determine whether a number is even or not. We'll just see the remainder. Then if the remainder will be 0, message will be printed as number is even. Just see that there is indentation after the if block. Here is indentation. And then the next statement will be written as such in alignment with if statement, print out of if block. So if we see the example, if we run this program, we can see enter a number. User has input 12, because 12 is an even number. By computation of this expression, it will print, because it is true, it will print number is even. And after that, it will come out of the if block. So this is how if statement works. Let's see another example. Enter a number, then 7 number is input. Because 7 is not divisible by 2, so this statement computes to be false. So number is even, this print statement will not work, and it will just print out of if block, as we can see in output 2. So this is how if statement works. In case this condition or expression evaluates to true, then it executes the if block. Otherwise, it comes out of the if block. Fine. So this is how if statement works. It's very simple. Let's see through another example. Suppose if we want to determine whether a number is positive. So the logic is very simple. As we have done earlier, we'll take input from the user. Number is equal to input, enter a number. Then we convert it into integer. Then in this case, the condition will be if number greater than 0, then print it is a positive number and print out of if block. It is just to refer that now we are outside the if block. Fine. Now enter a number. We have input 5. Since 5 is a positive number, this statement turns out to be true, because 5 greater than 0 is false, is true. That's why this statement will be printed. It is a positive number, and then out of if block. Similarly, for another output, we will give another input -5. Since -5 greater than 0 turns out to be false, so this statement will not execute, and out of if block statement will be printed. So this is how we can evaluate simple conditions by using if statement. It is very, very important statement, and it is used in many programs. But we see that there is something lack. What if a number is negative? Then that message should also be printed. So in that case, we use if else. Then else block is used. Therefore, the second set of statement is Python if else statement. Its journal syntax is if test condition. If it comes out to be true, then if statement block will be executed, else, otherwise else block will be executed. Fine. Otherwise else block will be executed. Now let's see the flowchart for this. First of all, if test condition, if it turns out to be true, then body of if will execute. If it turns out to be false, then body of else will be executed. In the earlier flowchart, we see that the false statement just point to the exit block. But here in if else statement, If condition is true, then body of if will execute, otherwise body of else will be executed. So this line does not exist. Now let's see through a programming illustration. Number is equal to input, enter a number, then we convert it into integer. The same program whether a number is even or odd. In that case, we have just printed number is even. What if we want to print number is odd? Then we'll use the else statement. You should remember that there is no condition with else statement. Else statement is just followed by a colon, not any condition. The condition is always used with the if statement. If number mod 2 is equal to 0, it will print number is even. Otherwise, else block will execute and it will print number is odd. So let's see an example. In the first output, we give the input as 12. So 12 mod 2, that means the remainder comes out to be 0, which is true. Then number is even is printed. In the second output, enter a number. We have input 7. 7 mod 2, the remainder is 1. So this condition turns out to be false. Therefore, this if will not execute and else part will execute and it will print number is odd. So this is how if else statements work. Let's see through another example as well of positive and negative number. First of all, we will take input from the user. If number greater than 0, then it will print it's a positive number. Otherwise, else block will print it is a negative number. We can see the output as well. It's a very simple program, but it handles the other case as well. Enter a number 7, it's a positive number. And if user inputs a negative number, enter a number -9, it will print it is a negative number. That means here else statement is executed and here if statement is executed. So this is all about if else statement. Now next one is Python if elif else statement. Suppose we have numerous choices and only one of them will be executed. Then if elif else statement is used and its syntax is if test condition, then statements elif test condition statements and at the end else is used. Here colon is there, else statements. There can be multiple elif statements. You can use any number of elif statements. Here in syntax only one is shown, but any number of elif statements can be used. If you have 7 conditions, you can put 6 elif conditions because 7th one is this if. Fine. So there is no limit on the elif test conditions. Let's see further. It's flowchart. First of all, if test condition is tested, test condition of if it is true, then first body of if will execute and other elif statements will not be checked. If it is false, it will check the next elif statement. Test condition of elif. It is true, then it will execute that elif block. Otherwise, false. If all elif statements will be false, then at last body of else will be executed. So this is the flowchart for if elif else statement. Now let's see a program. I want to check whether a number is positive, negative or 0. That means there are 3 conditions now. Whether a number is positive, negative or 0. In the earlier case, we have just handled whether a number is positive or negative. And in the if statement, we just handled whether a number is positive. Fine. But here we are going to check 3 conditions, whether a number is positive, negative or 0. So first of all, we'll take the input. Number is equal to input, enter a number, number int number. If number greater than equal to 0, it will print number is positive. Elif number is equal to 0, it will print number is 0. And in the last case, that is a negative one, it will print number is negative. So it will print negative output. Fine. So let's see through an example. Suppose user gives the input as 5. So 5 greater than 0 turns out to be true and it will print number is positive. Only first statement will be printed. Next 2 statements will not be checked. Fine. Now let's assume another input. In the next run of the program, let's suppose number is input as -6. Then what happens? -6 greater than 0. this condition turns out to be false, then it will check the elif condition, which is -6 is equal to 0, which is again false. Now it will print else statement, number is negative. That means -6 is a negative number. It will give you the correct output as number is negative. Now check for the third case. Let's suppose I input number as 0. Then if number is equal to number greater than 0, that means it will check 0 greater than 0. It is false. In the next case, it will check 0 is equal to 0, which is true. That means 0 is equal to 0, which is true. That means only this statement will be executed. Number is 0, and this negative else part will not be executed. That means it will print the elif statement. So this is how if elif else block works. It picks the right statement among many and gives you the appropriate output. Now, what is nested if? Python nested if statements. There may be situations when programmer wants to check for another condition after a condition resolves to true. In such a situation, the nested if construct can be used. Now, what is nesting? When we use if statement inside another if statement, then that is called nesting of if statements, nested if. Its syntax is if test condition. These are the statements of if. And inside this if, we have used another if else. Fine. This is called if elif else. This is further if elif else block. And if elif else. These are outer if elif block. This is inner if elif else block. So this is called nested if. This is called nested if statement. Fine. So it's very important. We'll understand it through a program. Let's see through a programming illustration. This program again checks whether a number is positive, negative, or 0 using nested if statements. First of all, we'll take input from the user and then convert it into an integer. Then, if number greater than equal to 0, then inside this if, another if is used. If number is equal to 0, print 0, else print positive number will be printed. And in the else case, print negative number will be printed. Just wait. I'll shorten down the screen. It can be seen from here. The complete program. Yeah, now you can see that if number greater than equal to 0, then nested if is used over here. If number is equal to 0, it will print 0. Otherwise, positive number. That means in this condition, both positive and equal to 0 conditions are taken up. If number greater than equal to 0, greater than means it's a positive number and equal to means it's a 0 number. That means there will be two conditions inside this nested if. If number greater than equal to 0, then it will go inside the if block. If number equal to 0, it will print 0, else it will print it's a positive number. And otherwise, the only case left is the negative number. So in the else part, it will print negative number. So let's see through an example. Let's suppose I give input as 10. It will check if 10 greater than equal to 0. So this if is true because 10 is greater than equal to 0. Now it will go inside this inner if. This is outer one. 10, here it will check 10 is equal to 0, which is false. So this if will not work. However, else will print positive number. Fine. So in case of 10, it will print positive number. And what if I give the input as 0, then 0 greater than equal to 0, which is true. Then it will go inside this nested if again. 0 is equal to 0, which is true again. It will print 0. Fine. And in the third case, if I give minus 10, then this condition minus 10 greater than equal to 0 will be false. So it will not go inside this inner if block. It will just print, it will go to the else part and it will print negative number. So this is how nested if statements work. I hope you understand the concept thoroughly. So this is all about decision-making statements, where we have studied if statement, if else statement, if else, and at the end we have discussed nested if statements. And all these 4 statements are very important, and according to the program need, we can use them. Thank you. In the next lecture, we'll discuss Python loops.